Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about something really important. How to find your way out of depression. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just unsure where to start, you're not alone. And this video is for you. Depression isn't just feeling sad, it's a real mental health challenge that can affect every part of your life. But the good news is, there are ways to climb out of it step by step. It might feel like a long and winding road, and that's okay. We're going to take it one day at a time, one step at a time. First things first, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Or maybe it feels more like a shadow looming over everything, casting a dark veil over your daily life. Depression is real, it's powerful, and it can make you feel like you're drowning, gasping for air in a sea of overwhelming emotions. But here's the thing, it's not your fault. It's crucial to understand that this isn't something you brought upon yourself. You didn't choose this, and you're not weak for struggling with it. In fact, facing it head-on shows incredible strength. Depression is often a tangled web of things: biology, life experiences, the world around us, even just the way our brains are wired. It's a complex interplay of factors. It's like a combination lock that needs the right numbers in the right order to open. And sometimes it feels like those numbers are elusive, and sometimes finding those numbers means reaching out for help. It's okay to seek assistance when you need it. If you can, talk to a professional, a therapist, a counselor, someone who's trained to understand the intricacies of mental health. They can offer guidance and support. Think of it like going to the doctor when you're physically ill. Your mental health deserves the same attention and care. You wouldn't hesitate to get help for a broken bone, and your mental health is just as important. It's a vital part of your overall well-being. Now, I know therapy isn't accessible to everyone, and that's a whole other conversation we need to have as a society. We must advocate for better mental health resources. But there are resources out there, even if they're not always easy to find. Sometimes it takes a bit of digging. Don't give up on searching for them. Persistence can lead you to the support you need. Look for support groups, online communities, even just someone you trust to talk to. Connection can be a powerful tool in your journey. Remember, you don't have to fight this alone. There are people who care and want to help you through this. When you're in the thick of depression, even the simplest tasks can feel insurmountable. It's like a heavy fog that clouds your mind and weighs down your body. Getting out of bed becomes an Olympic event, a monumental challenge that requires every ounce of your strength and willpower. Showering feels like a marathon, each step a grueling test of endurance. It's like your brain is stuck in quicksand, and every movement takes Herculean effort. The simplest actions feel like you're wading through thick mud. So here's the thing, forget about scaling mountains right now. Don't worry about the big picture or the long-term goals. We're going for ant steps, baby steps, whatever you want to call them. Tiny, manageable actions that you can handle right now. Start with something small, ridiculously small if you have to. Brush your teeth. It might seem trivial, but it's a start. Drink a glass of water. Hydration is essential, and this simple act can make a difference in how you feel. Step outside for just 1 minute and feel the sun on your face. The fresh air and natural light can have a surprisingly uplifting effect. These might seem insignificant, but they're not. Each small action is a victory, a step towards reclaiming your life. They're tiny victories that remind you that you're still capable of doing things, of taking care of yourself. Celebrate these moments, no matter how small they seem. And speaking of taking care of yourself, let's talk about movement. Gentle, easy movements can help shake off the lethargy. I know, the last thing you want to do is exercise when you can barely muster the energy to exist, but even the smallest amount of physical activity can help. But trust me on this one, just a few minutes of movement can make a world of difference. Physical activity, even if it's just gentle stretching or a short walk around the block, can work wonders on your brain chemistry. It releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that can lift your mood. It's like sending little messengers of hope and energy to your brain, reminding it that there's still life in those tired muscles. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment and a boost in your overall well-being. And while we're on the subject of self-care, let's talk about food. Nourishing your body is crucial, especially when you're feeling low. Again, I'm not talking about gourmet meals here, just something simple and nutritious. Just something nourishing, something that will give your body the fuel it needs to keep going. A piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, or a simple sandwich can make a big difference. Even if it's just a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts, it makes a difference. Your body needs fuel to function, and eating something healthy can help improve your mood and energy levels. And please try to prioritize sleep. Quality rest is essential for your mental and physical health. I know it can be a vicious cycle. Depression messing with your sleep, lack of sleep worsening your depression, but establishing a regular sleep routine can be a game changer. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Think of it as giving your brain the downtime it needs to recharge and repair itself. A good night's sleep can help you feel more refreshed and better equipped to face the challenges of the day. Breaking down the walls, you're not alone. Depression is a master of disguise. It can cloak itself in everyday moments, making it hard to recognize even by those who suffer from it. It can convince you that you're alone, that no one understands, that you're a burden to everyone around you. These thoughts can be overwhelming and persistent. It whispers lies in your ear, isolating you from the people who care about you most. It makes you feel like you're trapped in a bubble of despair. But here's the truth. Those are just the lies talking. You are not alone. There are people who genuinely care about you and want to help. Reaching out when you're struggling can feel impossible. The weight of depression can make even the smallest actions seem insurmountable. It's like trying to shout for help when your voice is gone. The words get stuck, and the fear of being misunderstood or judged holds you back. But even a whisper can be heard if it's directed to the right person. Sometimes, just starting the conversation is the hardest part. Start by reaching out to someone you trust, a friend, a family member, a therapist. These people can offer a listening ear and a shoulder to lean on. Even just a kind stranger online. The internet can be a powerful tool for finding support when you feel isolated. Let them know you're struggling. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to put on a brave face. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to put on a brave face. Just be honest about what you're going through. Just be honest about what you're going through. Sharing your feelings can be the first step towards healing. And if you're struggling to find someone in your immediate circle who understands, remember that there are countless online communities filled with people who get it. Remember that there are countless online communities filled with people who get it. People who have been there, who are there, who understand the darkness and the fear and the overwhelming exhaustion. People who have been there, who are there, who understand the darkness and the fear and the overwhelming exhaustion. Connecting with others who are going through similar experiences can be incredibly validating. Connecting with others who are going through similar experiences can be incredibly validating. It reminds you that you're not broken, you're not alone, and there is hope for a brighter future. It reminds you that you're not broken, you're not alone, and there is hope for a brighter future. Together, we can break down the walls of isolation and find the light again. Fighting back. Challenging negative thoughts. Depression is a master storyteller, but its stories are often riddled with lies. It tells you you're not good enough, that things will never get better, that you're a failure. These thoughts can become so ingrained in your mind that you start to believe them, even though they're not true. But here's the thing. You don't have to let those thoughts control you. You can fight back. One of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal is the ability to challenge those negative thoughts. When you notice a particularly nasty one creeping in, stop and ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is there any evidence to support it? Or is it just my depression talking? More often than not, you'll find that those negative thoughts are based on fear and distortion, not on reality. Once you've identified a negative thought, try replacing it with a more balanced and compassionate one. For example, instead of thinking, I'm a failure, try telling yourself, I'm doing the best I can in a difficult situation. It might feel silly at first, but over time, consistently challenging and reframing your negative thoughts can help you develop a more positive and realistic outlook. Finding the light, rediscovering joy. When you're depressed, joy can feel like a distant memory, a faraway land you can't quite remember how to reach. But here's the thing. Even in the darkest of times, there are still flickers of light, moments of beauty and connection that can remind us why we keep going. One of the most powerful ways to reconnect with joy is to engage in activities that once brought you pleasure. Think back to the things you used to love doing: reading, writing, painting, playing music, spending time in nature. It might feel forced at first, like trying to squeeze into a pair of shoes you've outgrown. But even if it's just for a few minutes each day, make time for something that brings you even a sliver of joy. If you're struggling to connect with old passions, try exploring something new. Sign up for a class, join a club, pick up a new hobby. You never know what might spark your interest and reignite your sense of wonder. And don't underestimate the power of simple pleasures. A warm bath, a cup of tea, listening to your favorite song, watching the sunset. These small moments of joy can add up over time and help you remember that life is not all darkness and despair. You are stronger than you think. Remember, healing takes time, but every small step matters. You're not alone, and things can get better. It might feel like a long and winding road, but you're not walking it alone. There are people who care about you, people who want to help, and resources available to support you on your journey. I've linked some resources and hotlines in the description if you need immediate help. Take care of yourself, and thank you for watching. You are stronger than you think, and brighter days are ahead.